Expecting us to know or care what's going on here. Is she hyperventilating? Her head's already in a paper bag. Why are his eyes turning black? Does it have anything to do with the story, or did someone in the writer's room go, hey, you know what would be cool? It's like half the stuff on this show.
Look, this show is absolute garbage, but it's pretty obvious that Kamir is using the Force to remove the helmet from Osha's head. The fact that you're screwing up your criticism of this terrible show is really sad.
So we go together and see who gets to her first.
Why does Kamir even still want May? He called her a failed apprentice and could have killed her before but let her go. What does he possibly gain by going to where she is besides expanding screen time in the finale?
He's hoping to use the sisters to corrupt each other. He knows that May hates the Jedi because of Sol abandoning her, so if he can get May and Osha back together, May can pretty easily turn Osha against the Jedi as well. You know, exactly what happens in this very episode.
There is a versions on this planet. Now that you and Osha are both alive, I can prove it.
It's almost like this show wanted this Virgins thing to mean something, but because it's been so much time replaying shit we didn't need to see twice, we'll never know how one became two in the Virgins pool of magical force stuff.
The Virgins has the ability to generate life. If you're asking for specifics on how exactly that happens, then you're being an idiot because it's magic. You can't explain or give specifics on magic.
See you in hell, Jedi.
Wait, does hell exist in the Star Wars universe? Does heaven? I kind of assumed everything that died went back into the Force, but if hell exists, I'm going to need a flowchart detailing the specific afterlife rules of this galaxy.
CinemaSins already tried to sin Empire Strikes Back.
Your tauntaun will freeze before you reach the first marker. Then I'll see you in hell.
In other words, you've either already forgotten about this, or you're fully aware of it and choosing to ignore it for the sake of dishonesty. Either way, this is a sin.
I didn't realize that May and Osha being born via a Virgins gives them the ability to survive any crash landing. That's a handy skill to have.
Given that Star Wars ships are far more technologically advanced than the vehicles we currently have, I wouldn't be surprised if they also have super effective safety features.
I think the Jedi are a massive system of unchecked power, posing as a religion. A delusional cult that claims to control the uncontrollable.
Wow, what a fascinating perspective and character to include. I genuinely want to know more about him and why he feels this way. Good thing they waited until the finale to include him, thereby ensuring we'd be given every opportunity to understand the Senator instead of just hoping for a second season to expand on his POV.
I fully agree with this sin. This character and his perspective are actually very interesting, and the actor does a great job in the small amount of screen time he gets, but introducing this in the last episode? Come on, man.
So far, the bulk of this finale has just been characters walking around the ruins of Bryndock. Now, normally, if the scenery's pretty, I'll overlook a bit of expanded exploring. There was a lot of walking around in Prometheus, and I still had fun because it looked great.
Discount Jeremy makes a pop culture ref.
Thank you for leading me to her.
Leading you to who? Sol hasn't found anyone yet. He's alone in the hallway.
Right, but May is still nearby, and Kamir knows that. Seriously, my guy, there are so many stupid things for you to sin. How are you screwing up this badly?
Like a sigh of relief whenever they start fighting in this show. Part of me wants to take a sin off, but a bigger part of me is bitter that this is the only part of the show I like.
Discount Jeremy sins something he likes, cliche.
No one will be seated for this exciting reenactment of Crouching Jedi, Hidden Stranger.
Discount Jeremy makes a pop culture.
I didn't do this.
To be fair, you did set the room on fire with your sister inside, so you did do that.
But that's not what they're talking about right now. Dude, just pay attention and the sins will right themselves.
Sol killed our mother. I saw it with my own eyes.
Also, I'm going to go ahead and leave out the part where Mom turned into the smoke monster from Lost and spooked the f*** out of Sol right before she got stabbed.
Discount Jeremy makes a pop.
Psych! May is going to come in and save the same guy who tried to kill her repeatedly several episodes ago. The things that the people do in this show make so much sense.
Yeah, this is another good sin. Hardly anything anyone does in this show makes any sense.
You and Osha are the same person.
Thinking that repeating yourself counts as an explanation. It does not. Observe.
Skip.
I believe she used the Force to create you and Osha.
Disney fails to provide its scientific data on making Force babies for gay couples who don't want to go through surrogacy.
Again, what data are you expecting? It's literal magic, dude. There's no such thing as data.
I was protecting you. It was the right thing to do.
Justifying murder of someone who just smoke monsters differently than you.
Wait, but just a minute ago you mentioned how turning into a smoke monster was scary and May should be cutting Sol a little slack. Now you're saying the opposite, so you're contradicting yourself. Pick a lane, dude.
Showing off your fancy color-changing glow stick before the rave even starts. You're supposed to wait for the sick beats to drop before lighting it up, OSHA.
Unfunny joke is unfunny.
Jedi uses obscure powers to move the plot along. Cliche.
That's not a cliche. Do you seriously still not understand what the word cliche means?
I can attempt to wipe her memory.
Evil Jedi uses obscure powers to move the plot along. Cliche.
Not only is that not a cliche, but he's also not an evil Jedi. He's a Sith. There's a difference.
Remove any trace of you or me. Permanently.
But why? What's the point of erasing May's memory this far into the fourth quarter? You can literally just take her with you and dump her on a different planet. There's no point in letting the Jedi capture her, especially not with Vernestra knowing the stranger was on this planet when Sol died. It's not like she'll stop looking for him and Osha just because they captured May. This whole plot point is dumb. It's just blatant emotional manipulation used to pad the runtime.
May doesn't want to go with Kamir and Osha, but Kamir doesn't want her to leak any information to the Jedi. Wiping her memory prevents this from happening and keeps him and Osha safe.
May was 8. Wasn't she, like, super evil? Did they also erase her compulsion to torture animals?
We don't know, and it really doesn't matter. Asking irrelevant questions. The last few sins in this video are good, so I'll remove one more sin.
Such wasted potential.
Damn, I've never had that happen before when I'm recording.